Welcome to Cedric the Coach on YouTube. This is going to be my first video where I'm going to speak predominantly English. And first of all, I want to introduce myself. Well, I'm Cedric and I'm from the Netherlands, from Amsterdam. And I was starting to make videos in 2021 when the COVID pandemic hit the Dutch economy as well. And everybody went broke, scared, and yeah, lawless. And when I was seeing what was happening in our society, the governments tried to they embezzled a lot of money from us. We had like spiking inflation. They tried to enforce a COVID passport to make people comply. And they were just flat out lying. We had protests all over the country that were shut down by corrupt mayors and corrupt bureaucrats behind the scenes. So I started on TikTok and I found out that there were a lot of people in the Dutch that resonated with what I had to say, because I was criticizing what was happening. And slowly I grew that channel into something bigger. And while I was doing that, I was also a victim of the bear market in 2022, because I was starting to learn a little bit about cryptocurrency and how it works. So the year 2021 till 2023, I started to get active on TikTok and reach a lot of people. I started to I got a base of followers in the Dutch. But after 2022, I wanted to switch the content I created for TikTok, switch it up a little bit, more uplifting, because all that negative messaging I've been putting out for almost 2 years, it also took a toll on my mind as well. So when 2024 came along and I saw the crypto market suddenly start to pop again, the Bitcoin ETFs were approved, and you saw the first meme token getting active. I started to change the subject on TikTok and doing live streams on TikTok and talking about cryptocurrencies and how the world finance works and all that stuff. And I saw a massive spike in users, massive spike of new followers that were like, hey, this guy's cool, he knows what he's talking about, let's follow him. So I grew my account from I think 1,800 to almost 7,000 at the moment. And it was a real fun time. I met a lot of new people. I was able to set up a special community on Telegram for the Dutch citizens, the Dutch speaking citizens, where we share news, we share information, we talk about other stuff. And it really grew. And the live streams also, after a strong start and the sideways moments in the summer, flat low count of viewers, start to pick up again in the fall of this year. So my live streams currently average at about 100 viewers per session, and it's really fun to do. And I don't do it because I'm making a lot of money of it. I'm doing it because I love talking to people and discussing stuff and building. But along that journey into this new format on TikTok, where I've been reaching so much more people, where I was able to secure affiliate deals, my first affiliate deals, because I wasn't aware that you could also do affiliate deals with Bybit and with blogs and with health companies, fit companies, people who want to work with me. TikTok's algorithm started getting brutal on me, and I get like these bans and warnings. All my videos started getting flagged. I started to get warnings during the live streams, and I started to get like these temporary bans for first a week, then 3 days, then 1 day, then 48 hours. But it was still doable because, when the band was gone, I would come back on the line and we had like this party again. I put on the good music, the G-Funk style sound, and people liked it. I would wear the the nice how you call that, the nice sweater or the blazer. I would make sure the vibe is good, and I would inform people of what's happening, what's going on in society, and what's going on with the financial part of the crypto market. But these bans were getting more severe and severe and severe and severe. And at the point where it became like unbearable was, I think, 2 weeks ago. I was having a very strong life. We were talking about the future of XRP, because XRP suddenly spiked up to like $3, and it was how do you say it? It was amazing to see after 3 years of downtrend and sideways on the bottom, we saw a spike, bam, straight to the top. And while I was discussing what I was expecting, and the crowd was, I think, 150 people, so it was a record, the live stream got banned again, and I also got a permanent deletion from TikTok. So my whole account was going on a snap, and I was like, damn. It was a kind of shock, because this is like 3 years of work, 2-3 years of work, gone in just one snap. And yeah, I was also having, I was thinking, how can I solve this problem, which been hunting me for almost a year now. And well, I got into contact with the TikTok HQ in the Dutch, because they have an HQ here, and they contacted me, and I told them about what's constantly happening, because yeah, it's very severe if your account gets like permanently removed from circulation, and no clear indication why it did happen. But they said, because they always say on TikTok you have to read the community guidelines, but the community guidelines are like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's not really pinpointing anything, because I assume that's just completely impossible. But what they also says, like, you talk about crypto and finance, and TikTok is very keen on flagging that as potential harming the user base. So at this moment I'm in it's hard to, how do you continue from this? Because the people on TikTok, they like me because I talk about stuff that they need to know. I watch markets, and I'm not a financial guy. I just like to watch market. I like to watch finance. I like to watch what happens. Why Ukraine has to fight with Russia, and why Egypt doesn't want to take in people from Gaza. That's what I care about. For why, and it's all connected to finance. So that's, but according to TikTok, I'm constantly on the line of having fraudulent behaviors. So yeah, here comes what's happening now. I have to switch up. Because I still want to talk about everything that's going on and how we can, as society, build a better future. But I was thinking how I could do that, and for me it's very clear. The message that I'm telling used to be for only Dutch people, but Europe is actually what I'm talking about. Because let's be real, I've been talking about inflation, I've been talking about corruption, I've been talking about how they try to create an open border system in all of Europe. I've been talking about why Europe, the European Commission, has so many laws, rules and regulations that it stifles everything that tries to move or improve in the European nations, to state it like this. So my new mission for this year, 2025, is not only to reach Dutch people, I want to reach everybody in the whole of Europe. And not everybody can speak Dutch, but I can assume that almost everybody in the European Union can speak English. a lot of people, because I watch stats, I watch the stats as well, they have 0 to like 2% knowledge of what's going on. They don't know how blockchain technology works. They don't know that the ECB is working to implement central bank digital currency that will enslave us into eternity. Because hey, if you watch the people who make this shit up, they will do fine in the communist empire. They will do fine with Hitler. So I have now have a new mission on YouTube, is to reach much more people, because a lot of things we all suffer the same fate. We all suffer the same fate. We all suffer that the Central Bank of Europe, the ECB, just decided to lower interest rates another 25 basis points. Which means that money is becoming more cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, and inflation will go higher and higher and higher. And some countries, they have like less problem than the bigger countries, because the Dutch, they suffer the highest form of inflation. It's not only because of the monetary policies, but it finds its bottom in there. That the more you print money, the more you lower your own interest rates, the cheaper the money gets, the harder life becomes for everybody. And with Germany, with the whole car industry slowly imploding, with the whole system shaking and rambling, France that has to enforce a crazy tax to survive, the Brits that try to have like this real estate tax of 40% to people with houses, and the Dutch, we have like government is now trying to implement a tax raise, so they want to raise more taxes. They want to have like this exit tax implemented, and they're actively promoting communist tactics. We as Europeans, whether you're Spanish, whether you're French, whether you're Italian, Polish, we all suffer the same. And as long as nobody understands it, it's gonna continue getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And I believe that we as Europeans, because why I say that, we all use the same currency, we all use the same paper, we all use the same ECB issued state papers. We are responsible for how we gonna deal with these matters, because what happened during Corona? What's happening to our borders? We are forced to leave our doors open. We are flooded with migrants. We have a commission that the commissioner, Ursula von der Leyen, she's highly corrupt. She's highly corrupt. We have, based on industrial progress, we are suffering. The Americans, they're gonna create a whole new business. They are already doing it, because with Donald Trump, they literally pulled the crypto market towards them. It's like, hey, we got this new technology. One state, one nation, one part says, no, we don't want it, Europe. The other part says, we want it, but we need control, that's China. And the other one is like sitting there and says, give it to us. We got the money to deal with it. We got the people to work on it. And we got a society, the big society, to make use of it. And America is the biggest economy in the whole world. China is the runner-up, and Europe is just lagging behind. So I'm gonna predict what's gonna happen in Europe. The debts will go up even further, because with bad management you get more trouble, you get more debt. Leftism will eat up a lot of economies before they start to wake up, like Germany. Germany is waking up. It's waking up to leftism. Inflation will continue to increase. the newspaper will continue to manipulate what we have to understand. That's why I make this video, so you don't get manipulated by your local newspaper, because they are all in cahoots. And you have to learn how to properly use DeFi, because they are also planning to lock you up financially to hide the fact that they've been printing your wealth away in the past 20 years. You need new ways to motivate, you need new ways to move, new ways to think how your money is going to work. You need new ways to get information out, because if it's up to Ursula von der Leyen of Christine Lagarde or our local leaders, like we have in the Netherlands as well, Dick Schoof, or the World Economic Forum, they will drain your ass till you till you broke as fuck. So I don't think you want that. Neither do I. But what I've noticed, I was thinking, every time in the Dutch when something happens, when we want some law or some things to change that favors the Dutch themselves, we have these European bureaucrats, they tell us, yeah, that's not allowed. It's not allowed. We want to close our borders. These bureaucrats, they say it's not allowed. We want to change this. We want to change. We don't want to drive electric. The European Union say it's not allowed, and it's happening. It's been happening for years now. So I think if you speak English, join my groups. Join my groups. Watch my videos. And especially if you don't understand how crypto works and stuff, you can also join my groups, because I've been spending almost 2 to 3 years explaining how a lot of things work. How you get a wallet, what Bitcoin stands for, what DeFi stands for, why you must think differently. And it doesn't matter if you're from Spain. It does matter in the sense of legal, what the law dictates. But I believe that we as Europeans, we can only make a difference if we know how to unite. So this is the first video to everybody who speaks English, who is a victim of the European Euro debt system. Respond under this video and let's connect. Let's connect. Follow me, subscribe, share this with your friends, and let's see if we can make a group across all of Europe. Because in the Netherlands I already have a group, but now I want to make a group that spans through all of Europe, and I believe we can connect. Thank you for watching. See you next time.